The step drill. I'm sure you've seen that before. Why do so many elite players do this around the world? I'm going to tell you why I think this is the best drill on the planet, and I'm going to give you a rundown on how it can help your game. But first, don't forget to pound that like button, subscribe to my channel. I'll keep bringing you all the best golf content that I got. Why do I think the step drill is the best drill in the world, on the planet? Because when we have a throwing motion, it's a lot like the golf swing. If you just throw, I give it to anybody, even if you never played baseball or throw anything, almost everyone has this built in. They're going to step, separate, toss. You probably hear that all the time about skipping a stone. I heard Justin Rose talking about that. Well, how do you skip a stone even if you're just barely tossing it? Step, separate, throw. So when I say separate, we're thinking the upper body starts to turn, the hip starts to turn, let's say 20 degrees, the shoulders keep going. But what happens is the lower body starts to shift. It wants to start to work back to the target, which is going to stabilize this lead leg. It's kind of starting to stabilize now. The upper body keeps turning. So now we're taking these muscles right here. We're stretching them like an elastic band. So now as I start to take my takeaway, I start to shift into the lower part. So you can see the pelvis. I like to kind of almost feel like my tailbone's working back towards the target. You don't want to cheat it though. It's not this. You don't take it away and just lean forward. So I'm getting like here, tailbone starts to work back to the lead heel. That's my feeling. I start to get a little lower because this leg's pushing into the ground. So now my lower body is starting to work back towards the target, which stabilizes this leg. The upper body is finishing the backswing, which is now stretching these muscles across here. So that when I push on this leg, all these muscles unwind and the club starts to move. I'll kind of show you if I make that motion. See, I'm back on this leg. These muscles stretch. I start to push. Those muscles unwind. I can bring that club all the way down, use very little arm motion. And the feeling is, I love this one. This feeling is, if I had something behind me, say 2 feet, I was trying to get some 180 jump with height, what would I do? If I wanted to start to turn to get a little bit of jump with height, you don't even have to think very high. If you're just 180 jump, get off the ground. If you slow that down, what would I do? I'd take my arms to start to get a coil. The legs would start to work this way to get me to go up and around. And then you're going to have that motion, that separation of upper from lower. And that's what we want in the golf swing. Exact same thing when we have that step drill. That's getting you to have the lower and the upper going in opposite directions, which is going to allow us to drive the legs, get that stretch phase, get those muscles to stretch, get them to release like an elastic band, help us with speed. So we're not just, because when we don't have that separation, what happens to get speed? A lot of arms, a lot of shoulders, trying to create or manufacture this not as efficient speed. It's going to have speed, but it won't be nearly as efficient as if we have that throwing motion. The lower go forward, upper finishes, and then we just create all kinds of speed going through. So when we have that step drill, that's why I like it. It just helps you. You just step, finish, hit. And once you get used to the timing, it's kind of like a dance move. You'll feel these muscles stretch. You'll feel very effortless, especially when you do it right. It just feels like the ball just explodes off the face. You don't even have to put very much effort into it. I got this heavy smash bag here, impact bag, and just, you can use this thing for a lot of things, but I'm going to talk about when we're doing the step drill. When I got something heavy here, something that doesn't really move, I can hit it pretty hard. My first initial thought, at least for me anyways, and if you don't have this initial thought, you want to try to build your way up to it. So I'm trying to hit this hard. I'm going to load up, and I already just instinctively have a mini step into it so that I can really push into it, stabilize this leg, speed this club up. And then as I'm pushing, as I step and I'm pushing, I start to drive my legs up. That makes the club head kind of go down. Starts getting us to pull on this handle that makes the club head speed up even more. Hands kind of slow down, club head wants to pass. Obviously the bag's not going to allow it. But when you put something heavy there, like this impact bag, and I hit this as hard as I can, I instinctively want to drive this leg. I want to step. I want to get it into the ground before the club changes direction. To really try to hit it. You can see once I hit it, my leg starts driving up. It's because I'm pushed into the ground. It starts driving up. So I'm coming into the ball, or sorry, into the bag. I can feel it. The grip starts to work up. I'm not pulling with my arms. I'm just pushing in the ground. Body starts to go into extension. That starts driving this club head even quicker through the ball. And then from down the line, if I hit this hard, the club actually should start to work a little bit this way, starting to shallow, or the hands will start to work down. The club head stays a little bit inside the hands. The same kind of idea. If I just hit it hard, I have that motion where I'm working back. Club starts to get that shallowing look, or the part where it works down, so many people chase. But I can really feel, I'm thinking much more about, not even thinking, I just instinctively want to drive into the front leg. So I start to get that separation. So the lower body's moving forward, the upper body's still finishing the backswing. And then it starts from the ground up, and it's almost like I'm jumping. I'm turning into a 180 jump here with some height. Like I want to do that. That's the feeling. Just when you add something heavy there, you get that feeling right away. If you have one of these boards, I call them teeter-totter boards, but this one's a really good one, the pressure plate. Like, think what this is designed for. So what it's wanting to do, it takes, I think it's about 40% pressure here, 60% here. Doesn't matter the numbers, but if I was to turn or slide, so, you know, it barely goes down there. Like that's hard to do. But if I start to make this motion, backswing, it goes down no problem. And then what's the next thing it wants me to do? It wants me to move to my front foot, because if I turn here and now I unwind, where we get to the top of the backswing, okay, I'm going to do everything at the same time, the board doesn't even go down. So I could get it to go down, I start to slide this way. But what happens when I'm at impact? My club's way back here because my upper body's moving this way. It's moving away from the golf ball. I turn like this, so now I have a turn. The board goes down, no problem. Center of mass is moving over the back leg, puts pressure into the ground. And the next one is shifting to the front leg. Now when I start to come down to the ball, and I didn't even think about it, just coming down to the ball, my leg starts to push, I start to drive up, club head starts to work down, now I'm at impact. And what it's trying to really get you to do, so now as I turn, shift, see how I do it quicker? It's just like doing a step, and now I'm right onto this ball. Pretty good impact position, good low point. But that's what these boards are basically trying to get you to do. They're trying to get you to do a step without actually stepping, because now you can push the board down both ways. So if I step, there we go, we start to move, center of mass is moving forward, we'll start to collect the golf ball, we'll hit way better shots. If I take something really long like this rope and I just want to create speed, my initial thought is, as I swing it back, I want to kind of step just to get this to swing, because it's pretty long. It's longer than my driver. I just instantly just want to start to do that. I want to swing back, and I want to kind of step into it to get it sped up. Now, if I take this back and I try to do everything at the same time, it moves, but it doesn't move as fast. But now if I take it back, even if I stop and I give a step, I can really get this to start to move. So if you take something long, you can get a long towel, long piece of rope, anything, try to make it actually release out in front of you. You'll probably notice you want to get a step to get some kind of speed on this thing. Got something shorter, a little lighter, got this workout band. Same kind of idea. If I just start to swing it, I want the speed out in front of me, because we want the speed on the other side of the ball, closer to the target. We want that club to feel faster after the ball. If I kind of have that, same thing. If you pick something up like this, you may notice you just step instantly. Every time I do lessons and I talk about this and I give them this right here, they just start stepping. I don't even say anything. They just start doing what I'm doing right here. So that starts to get our upper body separated from the lower body, a lot like throwing. You start to separate upper from lower. We can throw. Now we'll start to get your club to either hands work down, not over the top as much, even getting some shallow, at least the look and appearance of the shallowing. We start to get better numbers, start to get a little bit more inside on the golf ball, or at least behind the golf ball. We'll hit much better shots, but try to get the rhythm on this. The other thing you probably notice is I rock my feet to get this going. And then you start, and then if I take the step out, you can hopefully you can clearly see how much I push into the lead leg to get it to go. If I go back here and try to move everything at the same time, pelvis works backwards. Yes, it moved, but that's moving faster behind me, and that is a definite slice. We get the body to do it at the same time. You can see this is going across the golf ball versus when I get that step or move to the front foot first, starts to work a little more to the inside. And we swing this kettlebell, same kind of idea. I like to show a lot of different kind of training aids because hopefully you have something like this at home. And I like to kind of get a bunch of things out there. You pick one or two and hopefully it helps you. So like we get this kettlebell, I start to swing, I let it hang, so that don't start with the upper body, start with the feet. They get to go like that. And you start to move it, and I'm just stepping both ways. If I started to just do a follow through, see with the kettlebell, you can kind of see my front foot goes up and down because I want to do it. I could keep it down, but you can see the leg goes down and back up. That's when I'm using my lower body, not my upper body. I kind of have to do that. If I start to step, it swings even quicker. But that's the golf swing right there. You can kind of see I go back, stabilize, push on that leg, and it starts to swing that kettlebell. It's the same thing when we're swinging the golf club. Get that club head moving with the feet. And if you start to feel right there, just like the kettlebell, I start to push. And you kind of see the speed starts to get on the lead side of me. That's where we want it. That's the kind of feeling. So when you take that step drill swing, we get all kinds of speed on our lead side, and that's what we're looking for.